Welcome to Loving God and Loving Life. We're in Acts chapter 6, where we find the theme being the apostles choosing 7 to assist them, and Stephen is tried before the council. Here we find the apostles selecting what we call deacons. Deacons, the word just means servant. And here at our church, we call them dream team members. Whatever the title is, really is irrelevant. The point is God has called us to serve. And there's something about it that when everybody recognizes and realizes that God has called me to serve, it makes this massive, massive difference. The product of just some natural service. Let's be clear, Stephen is one of those that is called to serve. And his original duty is just bringing food to some widows. But the Bible tells us, down in verse 7, it says that God's message continued to spread. The number of believers greatly increased in Jerusalem, and many of the Jewish priests were converted too. Well, ask this, what did the ministry of these deacons, these servants, bringing food to widows, what did that have to do with the gospel and the message expanding? Our head seldom makes the connection. We see some practical little thing happening, and we're tempted to feel that my little, bringing this food or my little service, it seems little to us. But gang, it adds up. The gospel went forward. The message spread because everybody was giving their best. Everybody was doing their best. They were giving what they had. Your energy makes a difference. The end goal is always the same, and that is God's love, God's grace, God's kingdom being expanded. I know our heads don't compute with this little thing that I'm being asked to do. What does an usher have to do with the gospel expanding? Only everything. Yeah, only everything. Whatever that little thing is that needs to get done, you stepping in and serving, being a deacon, a servant, gang, it spreads. It makes everything go so much better. And the blessing of God is poured out upon a body of people who are genuinely serving and giving their best. That's my goal. That is my goal. I'm going to take whatever God has given me, and I'm going to love, and I'm going to give, and I'm going to serve. That's what I'm going to concern myself with. Am I using what God's given me to love, to give, and to serve? If I'm doing that, God brings it all together. God is the one who breathes on it and blesses it, and we're going to trust Him to do exactly that. Just like I'm going to trust God to use me today to share His love with somebody. Let's pray that prayer. God, today, send us one person today to share your love with. Friends, never forget that doing God's will and loving God is the only way to have a life that you love.